Hello and welcome to the first race of the TI Cup Series presented by Drive Business Solutions and Apex Sage Coaching. We are at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. My name is Jesse and joining me in the booth as always is Mr. Alan Bledsoe. How are you, Alan?
Not too bad, Jesse. This is an exciting time for us. It's our first ever live streamed event. And man, I am so excited to get this thing started.
As am I. We've got qualifying getting ready to start here. Looks like the first guys are starting to roll off the grid now. Um, So we're going to see who's got the speed. Anybody you're keeping your eye on today, Alan?
Well, the fastest guys in practice were Tim Abril and Corey Melton. So I think that those two are going to be fighting it out, duking it out for the end. For the win.
Yeah, and we've got Brighton Hutchings as well right there. Only 3/1000th of a second off of Corey Melton's time running third. So I'll be interested to see how it plays out. These guys have been practicing a lot. They're ready. They're excited to get this Cup Series underway. So we'll see how it goes here.
Yeah, we will. Excuse me while I get this standings banner up. There it is. So the first lap is complete for, well, excuse me, no. Everybody is on their first lap right now.
And it looks like everybody's holding pretty well right here. We've got the first guys crossing the line now for their timed laps.
Tim Abril and Ryan Whitaker.
Tim with a 40.711. Brighton Hutchings with a 40.739.
William Anderson takes the top spot there. 40.67.
And these are flying compared to their practice times. They're 0.2 faster than what they were in practice for William Anderson.
So I wanted to cover to get started here a little bit earlier than we did, simply because I wanted to cover a few things before we got started. So the first things first, this race is starting in the early morning as somebody has stopped on the track. That's the 03, and he's left. Okay.
Yes. They're completing their second laps now, so we're going to have some people stopping and going back to the pits.
Yep.
And it looks like we've got William Anderson on the pole with a 40.570. Brighton Hutchings in second place with a 40.589. Corey Melton starting third with a 40.596. So there's your top three as these guys are going through their drivers meeting right now quickly before the race. You've got about 1:45 before race starts.
So this race is starting in the morning, which is very different compared to normal, because let me go back here and see the schedule. So all of the other races that are set for this season, a 10-week season, are all afternoon, evening, or night, with a couple of noons in there. This is the only race of the season that actually starts in the morning. Fitting, it is the first race of the season. It is 113 laps. They get 6 sets of tires. And what's so special about this race being in the morning is that the track, instead of gaining grip like it does in the afternoon and at night, it will lose grip as the sun starts to rise. This will make the end of the race very interesting. We're going to see who's going to be able to save their tires the best, and we're going to see basically who's got the fastest car, or who has the best car control by the end of this race.
Yes, and I was listening to some drivers during practice. They've been practicing leading up to this race, and they were saying that after the first fuel run, as the track loosens up some, you'll actually be able to run the Larson line up top on. I don't know what corner they said, but I know a couple of drivers are really looking forward to being able to move around on this track, get wide, and make some moves.
Yes, this is a obviously an old Auto Club setup, but it has so many different lane choices that you can choose from. That I mean, you can race on the high side, you can pass on the high side, you can pass on the low side. It's a very wide racetrack. It's a very good race to start a season with and get to know some of the drivers and how they race.
Absolutely. And the track is 75 feet wide with a 15-foot apron, by far one of the widest tracks we have here in the circuit. It is a 2.5, or it is a 2 mile D-shaped oval. The race is going to be 226 miles in length. That's 113 laps we're running tonight. We've got 14 degrees banking in turns 1 and 2, as well as 3 and 4. Front stretch, we're running 3,100 feet with 11 degrees of banking. The backstretch, we got 2,500 feet with 3 degrees of banking. So lots of drafting here. It's going to be very important, and we're very excited for that. So let's go ahead and get started with the prayer, and then we'll go to the national anthem.
Race and be with everyone. Lord, we come to you this evening to thank you for this wonderful day and letting us gather here to race and compete. Help us to have a good race and be with everyone tonight. And we thank you and praise you. And in Jesus' name, amen.
Out, pedal to the floor. We've got the 3 of Tim Abril to the outside. He's making power.
The
Brighton
17,
Hutchings on the inside of row 2, Corey Melton on the outside. Here they
Dylan-
go through turn 1 and 2 for the first time.
Dylan Parker stays right on his outside, William Anderson's, and he is going to have the run on the high side. He's actually going to be able to make a little bit of a move, but here comes Brighton Hutchings.
And these guys are all over each other, 2-3 rows deep, 3 wide, 2 wide. They're making things happen here in the early run. There are no fast repairs in the TI Cup Series League. So these guys have to be aggressive but patient as well. And it looks like we got the 3 car of Tim Abril going to the inside for the lead. New leader off of turn 2. Can he make it stick? Will the high side have a run? The high side has a run. William Anderson's going to keep that momentum going.
Dylan Parker staying right there next to him. And here comes Corey Melton. Right there behind Anderson as well. But Tim April stuck in the middle. Ryan Whitaker all the way to the inside, and he's going to let them go.
And we've got guys on the radio already talking about blocking. Not happy with some of the other drivers.
I did see the 57 make a little bit of a block up there on the high side. I believe that was on the, who was that on? The 3 maybe? 57 coming back on the 17.
Yeah, but with these cup cars, it's all about momentum here. So these guys are going to have to block at some point. But when is it going to be too early to do that? With no fast repairs, these guys have to keep that in mind as they race.
So while we're watching the very beginning of this race, I want to mention the teams that we've got here. Everybody here, except for, with the exception of a couple of guys, right? Is Riley Hoots? Well, I'm looking at the free agent numbers. Riley Hoots, Patrick Thompson, and Jaden Porter, those guys, according to the free agents list, do not have teams. Team rosters. You're looking at Dylan Parker right here. He is actually on iRacing, the owner of this league's team. Chris Lewis is the owner of the league, obviously. So that team has Colby Wells, Jason McCoon, Ryan Whitaker, and AJ Stravato.
We got something going on with the 57, William Anderson. He's dropping quick. Any idea what's going on?
I'm really not sure. Let's go.
Maybe he just doesn't like what's going on in that front pack, wants to ride around for a bit.
Let's go back and take a look. I mean,
I didn't see him get in the wall.
He was there racing for third.
And he just pulled over like you would see on a Talladega or something, and he's dropped way off the pack. So maybe just thinking the pack's being a little too aggressive. And that's what it looks like to me. He says, I'm out. This is crazy right now. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Save my car.
Back to live now. Dylan Parker currently leads over Tim April, Bryce McCoon, Jacob Locklear, and Nick Leo in the 69.
And we've got the front few cars starting to single file out here. As you can see, the lines that these guys are running, some are up high, in the middle, down low. Plenty of options. Looks like a hornet's nest back there mid-pack. They're 3 wide going down the backstretch.
So much space on this racetrack for everybody to run. You can always find clean air when you're running up front. Even if you're not the leader, if you're running second or third, you've always got a line that's clean.
Absolutely, and that's important to get through these corners because these guys get very aero pushy behind another car, so you want to get all the clean air on your nose that you can.
We've got
as you're going through the corner.
Got Bryce McCoon. He made a pass for second place. He's looking at the leader, Dylan Parker.
Yeah, and I can't be more impressed with how these guys, how aggressive they are, yet keeping it clean here in the early runnings.
Look at those top, second, third, and fourth all found a different lane right there in that turn. Oh, the 03 almost hits the wall there. Did he maybe touch it just a little bit?
If he did, it was barely. I don't think it's enough to make a difference, but we'll see how it runs. As Bryce McCoon goes to the bottom, can he make it work?
I think the 17 is going to have the run on the high side. These guys are all teammates. This is iRacing right up here. Some of the best drivers Now, this is saying quite a bit. This league features some of the best race car drivers in iRacing today.
That's,
Tim
that's
Ti-
go
Tim
ahead.
Averill, I believe, is one of the top drivers. Um, these guys could be in the Coca-Cola iRacing series.
And I know a few of them are on the path to becoming Coca-Cola drivers. So they're very high experienced drivers. They're aggressive. They don't mind running close quarters as we're seeing here, and they're able to do it because they're that talented. So 3 wide off the corner, as the high side looks like they're gonna pull through there.
Looked like the 69, the 88, and one other car. I didn't quite catch who it was. It might have been the 45.
And I can't get over how many different lines they are. I counted 4 different lines these guys are running through the corners, as we have another 3 wide battle down the backstretch.
With the 45 right there in the middle. These guys are driving real aggressive. The 21 slid up the track just a little bit, but this track is so wide, obviously, he had room to move up. But he is going to lose a lot of momentum because he had to get out of the gas there.
Yeah, and that is one thing you cannot afford to do here at this track is get out of the gas. As we've stated, this is the high downforce, low horsepower package. So if you get out of the gas, you're going to be paying for it for at least a lap.
And that's exactly what he's doing. He has lost a bunch of spots. Oh, and the 84. 84 got out of gas a little bit too early there. And the 99 might have just barely touched him. As the 21, the 088, I don't exactly know how to say that number, but
088, let's go with
088.
088.
He came down just a little bit, and the 21 had to get out of the gas again going to the front stretch, and he's going to lose even more spots as the 84 and 48 both go around him.
And those 2 cars are teammates, so they're probably trying to work together and see if they can get drafting up towards the front. As we've got another car looking to make a move on the inside for 6th position. That's the 45 of Kobe Wells. He's making it happen.
45, Colby Wells. To the outside
And
of the 88.
Jaden Porter coming back on the inside, doing a crossover move off the corner. So these guys battling hard. 14 laps into the race, and you'd think that we're coming to the last 10 to go here. As we've still got Dylan Parker out front, followed by Tim Averill and Ryan Whitaker.
And the fastest car on the track the last lap was the 088 of Caden Tufts. I apologize if I butchered that name. You will have to message me later and tell me what your actual pronunciation is. I think I got it right, but I want to make sure. Corey Melton that lap with a 41.601. That was the fastest lap of that lap. Or in the field. You guys know what I mean.
Yeah. So let's learn a little bit about our leader, Dylan Parker. I'm going to look up some of the driver information that he sent to us. We'll just see if we can get to know him a little better, if he shared anything on here.
We'll see if I can find them too. The driver bios.
Which he has not. So ignore that. We'll go to Tim Averill running second. I did see that he had shared something. So Tim Averill, he is from West Virginia. He's been on iRacing since January 2020. I feel like a lot of us joined around that time right before COVID started, as we're coming into that. So he's doing very well. I was around June, so not far off from that. Some of his hobbies include sports, video games, hunting, fishing, outdoors. His favorite sports team include the Washington Redskins, now the Washington football team, the Miami Heat, the Washington Nationals, and the Penguins. His favorite active driver, no surprise, Chase Elliott. And his favorite all-time driver, Dale Earnhardt Sr. and Tony Stewart. As he is now looking to the inside, looked like he was trying to take a peek as Dylan Parker pulls down to break the draft there.
He looks like he's been saving his tires just a little bit better than the Dylan, and he might be just a little bit faster there. That last lap, he was a tenth faster.
And I believe we're going to be coming up on pit stops in the next 10 laps or so. So we're going to be keeping an eye out for that.
This is 50% fuel, so they should be making their first pit stops of the race here in probably 3 or 4 laps, actually.
Okay, so these guys aren't telling me the truth on their fuel mileage here, as we've got a 3-wide battle for third place.
Oh, that is 03.
The 86 stuck in the middle. Jacob Locklear off the corner.
There's the 88.
In the 88, making a big move with that
95.
momentum. And then here comes the 45 of Kobe Wells, backs out. So, and that's going to give Jacob Locklear the high side, and the 95, the 95 and Bryce McCoon the bottom, but just not able to make it stick off the corner with that momentum of the high side there. And here comes the 48 working his way up in the field with that door bumper clear paint scheme. And that's Corey Melton in the 48, moving himself up to 8th place.
Yep, right there you see Corey Melton, right running the high side. He wants to get around this this number 45 car.
And he cuts it down.
Crossover.
Boy, that car's...
That 95 almost touched him there.
Yeah, these guys are running hard. I love it. And now the 48, Corey Melton, stuck on the bottom here as they've got teammates above him working together. He's going to do a slide job off the corner. Is he going to make it stick, or are they going to be able to do a crossover? Looks like he's blocking.
Oh, blocking.
He's blocking. Oh, my gosh.
45 goes to the inside just in the nick of time. He could have put the 48 in the wall so hard there.
Yeah, it could have turned bad. Here he goes. He's going to do a slide job on the 48.
It's not going to work. He's going to
not
run
going to work.
into
Got to
him.
get out of the gas. That's going to cost him at least these 2 positions right here with the... What is that, the 95?
I believe so,
95?
Yes. The 95 and the 69 going to his inside as well.
And that's Nick Leo in the 69.
Wrong button there.
So move Corey up to 6th. And the 95 of Bryce McCoon to 7th.
And Nick
Kobe
Leo,
Wells in the 45.
Nick Leo went all the way to the bottom of the racetrack trying to make a shortcut, but lost a lot of the draft that everybody else has, and that actually lost him enough speed to where taking the shortest way around the front stretch turned out to be a bad move.
And these guys are 3 wide for second almost, and Corey Melton had to get out of the gas, and that's going to cost him a couple positions. It looks like he worked so hard to get by those guys, and now he's going to go backwards.
95 gets around him, and the 45 stays back just enough. Somebody just came off pit road. Who was that? That was
looks like
the 84 Brighton Hutchings.
Yep, so we've got pit stop started, so I would not be surprised to start seeing these guys peel off. As I say that, I hear on the radio we've got cars coming in this time. 17, the 86, all coming this time by here. No speeding, cannot speed. Your leader coming to pit road. On the brakes. Oh, he gets a little loose.
Bad move.
That looked like a clean entrance for me. You know, looking at it, what do you think, Alan? Any problems there?
I didn't get to see it because I pushed a button that I thought would look cool, and it turns out it didn't.
10-4. So it looks like about half the field pitted on that lap. I would expect to see the rest come this time. Let's see if these guys can get on pit road as clean as that last group.
So here comes the 3 onto pit road.
And Corey
Pretty
Melton
much-
taking a high arch.
Pretty much everybody else has just gone to pit road. Like I said about
Yep,
lap
and the
24.
84, Brighton Hutchings, he's going to make a big move on these guys coming off pit road. He's going to pass all sorts of cars. So he might be the big winner of this pit cycle.
He undercutted everybody who was pretty much ahead of him. And
Yep, now he's behind Dylan Parker, who was our leader, and the 88 of Jaden Porter. So we'll see as this next group comes out of pit road where he cycles out, but
he should
I have
cycle
to
out
think
pretty
he's
well.
going to... yeah, it looks like it. As we've got that other group, looks like they're just now pulling off pit road. So yeah, Brighton, he may be up to 3rd place after this pit cycle.
Speeding police alert. The 9 car of Dalton
Oh.
Wilson has been caught for speeding on pit road.
Oh my gosh, that's a killer.
Yep, especially in a green flag race so far like this. 25 laps in, we haven't seen a single caution yet.
No, and this is going to spread the field out even more, so we could... It looks like a green flag look, and it could stay that way now that the cars are all spread out. And the 84 Brighton Hutchings, definitely the big winner, I would say.
So
now that we've got through the pit stops, let's reset the field here. You want to go up to the leaders? So we've got the 17, Dylan Parker, still out front. Then we've got 2nd place, Jaden Porter in the 88 machine. 3rd place, our big winner of that pit cycle, the 84 of Brighton Hutchings. And then we've got the 3 of Tim Averill breathing down his Brighton's neck. And right behind him to round out the top 5 is the 45 of Kobe Wells.
in 6th place, you've got Bryce McCoon in the 95. Started this race in 5th. Has only lost 1 spot since. Jacob Locklear is in 7th. Nick Leo is in 8th. If I can find this number 69. Ryan Whitaker is in 9th, and in 10th place is the 088 of Caden Tufts.
And then in 11th place, we've got the 48 of Corey Melton. In 12th, we've got the 57 of William Anderson. And then we've got the 21 of Brandon Alphin, who just made a move on Jeff
that was
Langston, it
close.
looks like, in the 1 car. And then right behind them, we've got Brian Tarnowski in the 5 in the drive for Stacy machine. And then we've got Patrick Thompson rounding out the 16th position.
And then, obviously, your big loser of this race so far is Dalton Wilson. Started this race in 17th, yes. Started this race in 9th place. Got caught for speeding on pit road in that first pit sequence. And now he is very close to being a lap down.
And we've got the 1 car on pit road. Did he get a penalty as well?
No,
He
it
must
looks like
have.
he has some damage. Look at the right
Oh.
side of that car.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Must have gotten into the wall. Must be pretty bad to bring him down pit road.
Yeah, it looks like he got into the wall pretty hard. I'm trying to find where that was. I'm not sure. But he is down pit road. He is he is repairing that car. He is now a lap down. But going back up to the leaders, we have a two-car battle for the lead as the 88 is going to go to the inside of the 17, and he's going to make that pass. And actually, oh boy, 17 just barely.
Ooh, side drafting hard. And we've got the 9 car right behind him trying to get that lap back. And you have to think he's going to be aggressive. I'm sorry?
They just passed the 9, so I wouldn't imagine that he's going to. He wasn't fast enough to stay in front of them, so I don't imagine he's going to be able to get by them.
Yeah, well, if these guys stay side by side, it is a momentum as they're side drafting. Oh my God.
Boy, Dylan.
Aggressive. That's why we love this series. And here he comes back on the inside. Tim not wanting to give up that lead. Let's see how aggressive Jaden's going to be with that side draft. He's going to fall in line, try to do a little crossover there. Boy, these guys are battling it out. The 88 going down to the bottom, trying to find that white line. He's going to sweep up. Okay, he looks like Tim Averill is going to, or Dylan Parker, I'm sorry, is going to take it back out front as Tim Averill brings it into the picture, as well as Bryce McCoon. That battle for the lead brought the other 3rd and 4th place drivers right to the mix.
Yeah, that was an intense race there for the lead. So the 17, the 88, the 95, and the 45 all under, and the 3 are all under a blanket right here.
Yes, as the 3 makes a move, Tim Averill to 2nd, as the 88's going to give him a massive push down the backstretch.
That's going to give him enough momentum to get to the inside of the 17. He dive bombs him. Let's see if he can pull off the slide job.
He should have slid up. He didn't. He chose not to at this stage of the race. You got to think if that was the last lap, absolutely he's going to take that run.
Oh, he would have.
But since he didn't, now he's going backwards, and he's going to go from 2nd to 4th at least.
He didn't want to cut off the 17. It's not this early in the race. Lap 33, that's a little early, like you said. So I commend the move there to let the 17 back go.
Very respectful racing, aggressive racing, and I love it as we've got another. These guys just aren't wanting to let that leader get away. We've got the 17 of Dylan Parker, led a lot of laps today, and these guys have been on his tail, so we'll have to just continue following this battle.
We also have a whole line of cars back here just waiting for the top 5 to make a mistake. This is 6th through 10th right here. Actually, it might be 6th through 11th. See if... Yes, it is 6th through 11th.
It looks like Brighton Hutchings going backwards after that great pit call.
He may have pitted a little too soon, put that extra lap on his tires. This Auto Club Speedway has a propensity of eating up tires. It's not quite as bad as Atlanta or Darlington or Homestead, but it is an old racetrack. Old pavement does eat a lot of tires.
Absolutely. And so especially, he did pit that lap earlier, like you said, and these guys that are in front of him right now is the 2nd pack to pit. So they've got 2 lap fresher tires, whereas the leaders up there have 1 lap. As it looks like we've got another battle for 2nd place. Those guys just are not wanting to get rid of that position. Nobody's willing to settle at this point in the race.
The 88 and the 3 almost got into each other, and the 88 just passed the 17, Dylan Parker, and here comes the 3. He's making a dive bomb move. He's doing the same thing he did a couple laps ago.
Yep, put the 88 to the front. Jaden Porter leading a lap. That's a bonus point for the championship. As he goes to the top, we've got a 3-wide battle to the middle and the bottom, I think that top line is the preferred groove here. And
So,
he's going to get a massive run.
The 17, the reason he's a little bit slower than these guys, go on board with him. Listen to what he's doing on entry of the corners. As he gets to the inside of the 3. Crossing the start finish line. That'll complete lap 37.
And as we've got another side-by-side battle for the lead, 88 on the top, and Bryce McCoon in the 95 on the bottom. We've seen it over and over that bottom line just cannot get cleared unless they get a push into the corner. And same song, second verse here.
Yep, 3 car gives the 88 a push. That's going to push the 88 back out to the front, back out to the lead. 95 is going to drive it hard into the corner, but that's going to cost him some exit speed off, and same thing happens here down the front stretch.
Alan, can we get in the cockpit of the 17 and see what he's seeing out the window?
Yeah, let's do it. Riding
So you
along
see
with
him,
Dylan Parker here.
and you see him on the backstretch. You're going to see all the lines that they're taking in the corners, the different lines these drivers take. So it's kind of a guessing game. You know the leader's going to go high. Where's everybody else going to go? So the 95 to the middle, the 17 just a line below it. And now he's going to slide up. And you see him back in line. The 95 got a good enough run to stay alongside the 3 of Tim Averill. And Jaden Porter coming down just to break the draft of the 3
Watch
car.
the RPMs here. He is clutching it going into the corners. Those RPMs go down to 2,000. And that's just basically the tires that are spinning. He is saving fuel. That's the reason he lost his lead. He wants
But
to
how
get that
impressive
draft.
is it to run the lap times this guy's running while clutching into the corner? I mean, that's unbelievable.
His last lap was a 42.241. For reference, the leader ran a 42.166. That is not that far off.
Not at all. And we'll see how it plays out. You know, they've got in an auto club, seems like it almost always comes down to some kind of fuel mileage. So we're gonna see who's got the right approach here. As the 95 gives the 3 a giant push into the corner, and that may be what the 3 needs to get alongside the 88.
He is alongside him, but I don't think he's going to be able to make that pass, as the 95 is going to stay behind the 88 instead of behind the 3.
And that is a smart move from the 95, because he had to have known the 3 was not going to make that pass. And so he just pushed him into the corner, made him take the run, and then went on by on the front stretch.
Here comes the 95 to the inside of the 88.
And he's
Bryce McCoon going for the lead on Jaden Porter. Side drafts off him. We've got a drag race down the back stretch.
And he goes to the bottom. It looks like he's going to make it work. He's got some help. He slides up in front of him.
Oh
my gosh, got loose.
88 had nowhere to go. The 95 takes the lead, and that's a bonus point right there. Bryce McCoon from Michigan goes to the lead. Wait, is he from Michigan? Taking a look. Give me just 1 second. So Bryce McCoon, obviously, let's see if we can find his name in here.
And as the season goes on, yeah, we will get these names down and be able to reference this a lot quicker. So bear with us for week 1.
Oh, his name is Bryce McCoon, but his excuse me, yeah, he uses his dad's Discord
name on iRacing.
Well,
No, he uses his dad's iRacing name.
Okay, so his real name is Jason McCoon, but his iRacing name is his dad's name, which is Bryce McCoon. His nickname, Lightning McCoon. Obviously, he just took the lead, comparable to Lightning.
And driving the 95 car just like Lightning McQueen.
Oh yeah, he is. His hometown is Lowell, Michigan. He joined iRacing in 2014 and took a long break, but he's been back since 2020 when everybody got back. His favorite active driver, Kyle Busch, and his favorite all-time is Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Looks like we've got some guys coming off pit road. The 84, Brighton Hutching again, and is that his teammate that's up there in the 48 of Corey Melton? It is. So the All-American Motorsports teammates pitting before everyone again, trying to short pit and get that track position as we've got the 88 on pit road right now.
Yep. Your
And the
second place
088
driver on pit road. I apologize for missing the the start of the pit sequence by All-American, but here we are with the second place driver. And he missed his pit stall, and he is going to have to back up. That's going to lose him a ton of time. That was at least 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's obviously one of the things you don't want to do here anywhere, but especially in a green flag race as Mr. Pit Stop. He did so much to get up front, and to just miss it by just that much is going to cost him.
Here comes 2 guys from, which team was that? We got to get used to these guys. Going to team rosters, and that is
PTP Racing.
okay. I apologize for that. I was having a difficult time figuring out who this was. I realize now it's Jacob Locklear in the 86. So, yes.
As we've got the 95 calling his pit out here. He's got a lot of traffic around him, so he's going to have to let these guys go and try to get to the bottom. So he's got the 17 and the 3 right behind him, so we'll see if they're going to come to pit road too. It doesn't look like they've made a stop yet either. They all go to the bottom. And here they go to slow up.
The top driver from PTP as well, Tim April. Oh, was he? I don't think he was speeding. The 95 just went
Maybe
a little bit
conservative.
slower into the. Yeah, he was trying not to speed, and the 3, he took advantage of that, and now he's next to him.
All these pit cycles have my leaderboard all messed up and confused. So we'll see. It looks like the 48, 17 showing as the leader, but he has not pit yet. So again,
Correct.
he was the one that was clutching. So
Saving
he's pitting
as much
this lap.
gas as he could.
Yep, making it as far as he can.
Dylan Parker. Oh, he may have been speeding. That was close. We're about to find out here. Jesse, can you go back and look and see if the 17
Yeah.
is speeding across the line?
Absolutely. Nope, he hit it right on the number, looked like to me.
Boy, that was real close.
Well, and he did the wise thing. So he was at, oh gosh, yeah, he was at 62 when he hit the line, but then he slows it down all the way down to 50 to give that time back to hope that iRacing doesn't penalize him. Because typically, as long as you give the time back before your pit stop, iRacing will kind of give it back because it is time over distance. So if you give that back, they will a lot of times let you have it.
Just like in real NASCAR, time over distance.
Absolutely.
Which creates an average speed across a segment. Oh, and the 48, Corey Melton brushes the wall. That's going to give him a little bit of damage. As the other car, another car that had damage and went to pit road and was on pit road for a lengthy amount of time. He is 22 laps down. He went behind the wall. That one of Jeff Langston.
And I went back and looked at that to see what had happened, and it just like he didn't hit the wall. He just must have decided that he'd had enough for the day. So pulled it down pit road and put it behind the wall.
17th of 17 cars. He will finish this race in last place.
And it looks like the 48, no, the 03 of Ryan Whitaker is our new leader. As we've got the 48 of Corey Melton and the 84 of Brighton Hutchings making those early pit stops and being able to come out in front of everyone else. We will see if they can hold that track position.
48
Looking to the
steady
inside.
right behind the 03, and now he's into his inside. Going into turn 1. Is he going to dive bomb?
He's going to have to drive it in deep. It looks like he did. Now he's going to try to slide up in front of him. As the 84 Brighton Hutchings also tried to drive in deep and get under the 03. Not able to do it.
Yeah, didn't quite have the grip that he needed to be able to pull that move off. And here comes the 88 to his inside.
And that's just having to lift right there. You know, he lost his momentum, and now he's got the 88 by him, and he's also got the 45 of Kobe Wells right on his bumper. 48 going to the bottom to try to break the draft, but those guys are lined up, so I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make for him.
The biggest question here is, since the 03, the 48, and the 84, they all pitted before these other two guys that are in the top 5, the 45 and the 88. Do you think they're going to be able to hold them off? Because we saw what extra set of tire, or what one extra lap on a set of tires does when you
and the there's 84, your answer right there. Nope, the 88's going by.
They're not holding him off.
Much faster.
Wow. Just that one or two
here
extra
comes Dylan
laps.
Parker. They're 3 wide.
It's
Dylan Parker on the bottom.
Such a difference.
Absolutely. If they can stay in their tire tracks and hold on to this draft, I think they might be okay because that other pack is quite a ways back there. So they might fall to, 5th and 6th position, but I think they might be able to hold on if they can stay there. As we've got the 17 of Dylan Parker trying to make a move, but the 45 is gonna rattle those plans. He's still gonna do it.
That 48 stood no chance there.
So I'm going to go pop in some of these driver channels and ask them how they're doing on fuel.
Maybe you could pull one of them in.
I don't want to do that on green flag racing.
That's true. Yep.
So, all right, let me go see how they're looking on fuel mileage and see if I can't get some inside information for us.
I am going to go to commercial. So we are going to be right back. This is the EMRN with TI Racing.
And we've got Dylan Parker out front as our leader. So we will be right back after these commercial breaks. And welcome back to the iRacing NASCAR Cup Series brought on EMRN. Brought to you by Apex Sage Coaching. And we have a massive battle for the lead going on here. We've got the 45 who is out front the 3 of Tim Averill out front. The 95 of Bryce McCoon running second, the 45 of Kobe Wells, and then a swarm of cars behind him. So, Alan, I spoke to some of the drivers on that commercial break, and it sounds like a lot of guys planning on at least 3 more stops the rest of the way. Tire strategy has been huge, of course. I talked to the 57 of William Anderson, who reports the track is still pretty snug right now as the sun's still coming up, hoping that it frees up. And he did tell me that he does regret dropping out of that lead pack, assuming that everybody's going to wad him up. So he's made a good comeback and working his way back through the field, but still has work to do to get back up to the lead pack. Yeah, he's basically spotted the field 5 seconds, is what he did. So no, but he's done a great job. I mean, he's only 2.2 seconds back from our leader right now. So doing amazing, working his way back through the field. And with these leaders, man, I just am so impressed with how aggressive they are. And the 48 of Corey Melton has been able to hold on to the top 5. Meanwhile, his teammate in the 84 has dropped back to 10th place, Brighton Hutchings. Well, and it doesn't help that he's out there without drafting help, too. So Corey in the 48 has... Yeah, and that's just... It's hard to come back from. He's fallen back to the 86 right now of Jacob Locklear. So he's going to have some drafting help, but that's not going to... Because we've got 3 wide going down the front stretch, and is that Dylan Parker? Yeah, Dylan Parker squeezed the 48 of Corey Melton, and they almost got into the wall there. So, and I hear guys calling out going to pit road just like the 03 just did. So you should see the 48 coming down pit road this time, giving up that top 5 position. See him going to the bottom. I'd expect to see his teammate as well go with him since they've been doing it themselves, as the 95 looking on the inside of Tim Averill. We've got the 95. And that was a solo move. Yeah, and he did that by himself. That was no drafting help. So that's that's a strong car right there. Right. Yeah, pushing him hard. And that may be the wise move coming to pits. They know they're coming up to another pit stop. Let's try to get as much distance between us and that second pack so that we make it a race between ourselves as you see the 48 of Corey Melton blending back in with this group. Oh my gosh. And you can see the 48. Look at those tires. He just passed all of the leaders in one corner. So when everybody pits, right?
And I apologize for my mistake, guys. I forgot to unmute my own mic, so you probably didn't hear any of the stuff that I said. So I'm sorry for that. I'm still new at this. I'm trying to get it right, but uh, I'm learning.
That's all right. That's okay. We'll get it. We'll keep going here as we've got some more guys coming off pit road. Looks like the 69 is coming off pit road.
Yep, 69 right there.
Still nobody else that's calling out that they're going to pit road. So these guys are either making better fuel mileage or they're on a different tire strategy here. We'll see how it plays out because you guys can see how much faster, how much more new tires means. Alan, I don't know if you've got some data you can give us on lap times and who's faster, what new tires means versus what these guys up front are running right now.
Well, I can tell you that Nick Leo in the 69, he is about to come across the start-finish line here. He just ran a 41.050. That you can compare that to the leader, Tim Abril, ran a 42.6. That is over a second and a half of difference that 69 Nick Leo is making up on Abril.
Yep, so we've got a couple more cars on pit road. Looks like the 86 on pit road now. As well as the 9, who is a lap down from that earlier speeding penalty.
Looks like the 45 is also coming to pit road, as well as the 57, the guy we just spoke to, William
That's
Anderson.
Colby Wells and William Anderson. As the 86 of Jacob Locklear coming off pit road. And I just heard the leaders pitting this time.
Tim Abril coming in, still on the back stretch right now.
Goes to the bottom in turns 3 and 4.
He's likely went.
Oh,
Here comes the 69. He's gonna mess that up.
And I heard them call their pit stops out, so he was on new tires and just, I don't know if he didn't hear them or.
Why did the 69 not go to the high side when he was supposed to there?
Well, you know, it's his job to try to win this race any way possible, and if he can slow their entry to pit road, maybe he makes some time up on the track.
Well, my question is, he's not even the fastest car on the racetrack, so, like, it serves him no good to to try
maybe
to
he's got a teammate up there or
leader.
something. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
You know, we'll just have to see how it plays out. You know, it's a long season, so that could come back to bite him if these guys, you know, drivers have long memories.
And this is.
So let's see where these guys cycle back out. It looks like, as we expected, they're going to fall well behind everybody that pitted before them, but they're also going to be able to run another 5 to 7 laps longer.
Dylan Parker still out on the racetrack, saving as much gas as he can. He wants to try to cut a full stop off of this race. Let's see if he's going to be able to pull that off. There's only 40 laps to go.
And so everybody else has, I would say the 48 and the 84 probably have 2 stops left. The guys that just pitted, obviously they can do it on 1 stop. So the 48 and 84 are banking on new tires being able to run the speed to pass all these guys. Whereas, you know, that group that just pitted, the 17, the 3, the 95, those guys are saying, no, we've got the long run, we're going to stay on the old tires, and you're not fast enough on new tires to catch us. So we'll see which strategy wins out. I'm anxious to see because I'm not a great strategist, so I love watching this stuff play out.
It's a lot of fun for sure. Can Dylan Parker, obviously he can make it on 1 more stop, but can he cut enough time off to be able to strategize his way to a win? That's the real question here.
Right. So let's just reset the field here. If you want to go up to Dylan Parker. And so we've got the 17 of Dylan Parker out front. And then we've got the 48 of Corey Melton running behind him in second place. About 3/4 of a lap behind, but of course Dylan has not. Oh, Dylan's on pit road right now.
Pit road now.
So we'll see where he cycles out. So that's going to put Corey Melton in the 48 to the lead. The 03 of Ryan Whitaker is going to be in second place. The 88 of Jaden Porter and the 69 of Nick Leo rounding out the top 5.
In sixth place is the guy we just talked to, William Anderson, fighting Colby Wells for that position. He's in 7th right now. Bryce McCoon is in 8th place, and in 9th place is Brighton Hutchings, and Tim Abril is in 10th, a little ways off after starting that pit sequence in the lead.
And the 17's rolling off pit road right now, so I think he's going to cycle out behind the 86 and maybe in front of the 21. So that's going to put him in 11th position.
Yes, 11th.
So,
the 86 will be 10th.
All right, so here comes the 17 off pit road now. And yes, he's going to stay well ahead of the 21. So if he can make this strategy work and cut off a full stop, this may be the winning strategy. Or maybe he's still got to come again, but he can take gas only. He can take 2 tires. We'll just have to wait and see how this works out.
Right now, though, Corey Melton is your leader with 36 laps to go. With Ryan Whitaker in second, trying to chase him down. Unable, though, as Corey Melton put up, holy cow, a 42.077 compared to second place Ryan Whitaker's 42.438. That is 0.4 of a second difference.
Yeah, and his job right now is to run the fastest laps he can because he knows he's coming to pit road 2 more times, whereas these other guys just once. As we've got a pretty good battle for fifth and sixth place back here with Mr. McCoon and Kobe Wells. These guys keep going back and forth, and throw William Anderson in that battle as well. And other than that, it looks like those are really the
crossover right there. As the 45, Colby Wells, he tried cutting off the 57. And, there's the 69.
And here they go around the 69 of Nick Leo. It was on a different strategy, so these guys have fresher tires than him.
Boy.
But Nick not willing to give it up. Staying strong on that high side.
Yep,
so he may not have had the speed. Oh, they almost touched. Wow.
I
don't think you could have slid a piece of paper between those cars.
I think he might have thought he was clear, and the 95 was still there, so Leo was trying to get to the inside, and there he was. He did not see the 95 in his mirror, side view mirror. So go into the cockpit, and you will see that mirror right. I mean, yes, it's a little bit blocked by the leaderboard, but you can see the mirror right there on the roll bar in the window. If he was looking at that, he may or may not have seen the 95, but obviously it was really tight. You never know what could have actually happened.
But they made it through and put the 95 up to 4th position.
So Corey Melton...
put him up to 3rd position. He just passed the 03 of Ryan Whitaker, who's also on that strategy with the 48 of Corey Melton and the 84 of Brighton Hutchings.
Yes, he is. And the 69. The 69 pitted only a lap or 2 after them.
Right.
But Jaden Porter is catching Corey Melton. Actually, that last time he did not catch him. 42.452 compared to a 42.406. Corey Melton is turning it on late in this race.
Yeah, and the 88 of Jaden Porter sliding back to third place. The fire from William Anderson, the 57, going to go back to fourth. And
Yep, he
again, he's
lost a
missed
lot
his
of
pit
ground
box
there.
a couple times, so struggling a little bit.
So
It looks like Corey Melton's going to be able to hang on to the draft of the Brian Tarnowski, the 5 car, who's running 1 lap down in 16th place on fresher tires. That would help Corey if he can hold on to that draft, just to gain a little bit more speed before he has to hit pit road.
these guys, the pit road window opens with 24 laps to go. That is in 7 laps right here. So, do these guys have enough fuel to make it 7 more laps? I believe they might. It all depends on, where they're. When they pitted last, and I can't see that.
I don't have that
In this
information
leaderboard.
available at the moment.
So we apologize for that, but I definitely do not have enough do not have enough monitor space here.
Yep, I'll go through here and see if I can find something that'll tell me that.
Okay. But Corey Melton ran a 42.768. Bryce McCoon ran a 41.933. The fastest car on the racetrack, however, is Dylan Parker in that 17 car. He ran a 41.524 that last lap. He is very fast right here. What?
He's flying.
Flying, yeah, like a jet. Corey Melton still leading, but William Anderson, now in second place, nope, he just passed him. William Anderson is in the lead right now with Bryce McCoon following right behind him. We had just talked to William Anderson during that commercial break, and obviously he spotted the field 5 seconds early on in this race. And now with 28 laps to go, he leads. What a comeback for him.
Yeah, if he can pull this off, man, I'm going to be so impressed with what he's able to do. And I think he's going to be the happiest person in the world, obviously.
Oh,
so,
for sure.
But he's got to hold that 95 off, and we've still got another pit cycle, so we'll see how it goes.
Bryce McCoon, he has been known to be fast earlier in this race. The track, it appears, has changed a lot because you've still got Corey Melton, Nick Leo, those guys still out in front. Guys that we haven't seen out in front all race long until maybe with 40 or 50 laps. Well, I can't say that. With 60 or 70 laps to go, about halfway through this race, the track changed a lot, and it's very clear. That is the difference between morning and afternoons. Tracks start getting slicker, you start seeing the cream rising to the top. William Anderson. Yep. There's only 26 laps to go.
Just crossed the line, so 25 to go here.
No, it's 26.
Is it 26 still?
Yeah, it's 26.
I apologize. I'm a social worker, not a math major.
I put it right here on the leaderboard, man.
Oh, well, yeah, yours is small.
Anyway, so William Anderson obviously in the lead, actually pulling away from Bryce McCoon. Colby Wells, I didn't realize, but he came down pit road. He came down a little bit earlier than we would have expected. He is not going to be able to make it to the finish on this 1 tank of fuel. Corey Melton, he last pitted Were you able to find when he last pitted?
Yeah, he last pitted 20. He's on lap 23 of this run, whereas your leader and William Anderson is on lap 18. And Dylan Parker in the 17 in fourth place, right behind Corey, is only on lap 13. So Corey's got about. Go ahead.
I think Melton's going to have to pit here next time by. He's going by pit road with 25 to go. He's going to have to pit with 24 laps to go.
And the 03 on pit road, so I think you called it because the 48 and the 84 have been pitting after that. So we'll see if they come in. I've been monitoring the radios and I have not heard anybody call anything out.
So,
as the 57 of William Anderson catching that 5 of Brian Tarnowski, trying to put him 2 laps down.
I think he's actually using his draft. I think he might be trying to save his stuff a little bit.
Because we got the 48 coming down pit road, and who's that right behind him? That's the 88 of Jaden Porter. So both of those guys pit together and going to see if they can't run this out to the end and, if not win, at least get a solid finish. And we've got the 84 Brighton Hutchings as well making his way down pit road.
Yep, there he is.
Brighton running in the 10th position before hitting pit.
So
Corey hits his box. Oh, he missed his box.
He missed his box. He had to back up. That's going to cost him a ton of time with very little time left. Oh, that sucks. One of your leaders here late in this race. Brighton missed his
84 misses it too.
Boy. And the 88, for once, he doesn't miss his spot. Oh, this world is backwards all of a sudden. Looking back at the leader, the 57 is to the inside of Brian Tarnowski.
And these guys are going at it on the radio right now. William not happy with the 5. Thinks he's trying to block him and slow him up. And the 5 is saying he's holding his line.
99 is down pit road. As is the 69, one of your top 5 drivers.
And that's Nick Leo in the 69. As William Anderson, I'm just going to call him Mr. McCoon, and the 17 of Dylan Parker is making his way on those fresh tires.
Dylan Parker, I've been watching his lap times. He has been consistently the fastest race car on the track. And with just 20 laps to go, I think he has I think he really has the best shot to win this race.
Well, I heard something on the radio that just surprised me. He called out in turn 3 that he was going to pit this time and then made an audible and changed his mind. So maybe he's not going to run this long like he did last time, realized he can't afford to stay out that long like he did last time because he just does not have the time to get back to the front.
He is back to the front now, though, but
yeah, but
it definitely took him longer than a fuel run, for sure.
Yes, it took him 18 laps to get back to this position. And I have a feeling that the driver, and here he comes this time with the 57 and the 95.
All your top 3 down pit road now on the money stop. This is a big deal right here. The 57 is to the 17 and the 57. The 57 actually has a later pit stall. Remember, he qualified in first. The 17 is going to have to let him by. Oh, look at that.
Yep, they were just working it out on the radio. Yep, they were working it out on the radio.
Nobody missed their stalls there.
Well, let's see where the 48 comes out here. And they're taking 4 tires.
This is a very interesting strategy right here. Looks like is that the 9? Yeah, that's the 9. Sorry.
I think the 40 is going to beat him out, but it's not going to be by very much. So he's going to have to put some massive laps down, as he's got 5 extra laps on his tires. Can him and the 88 of Jaden Porter work together, maybe? I mean, right now, Jaden's not close enough to really push him, but if they can get close enough to draft and maybe come to some agreement of not passing each other to slow themselves down, but I just don't think they're far enough ahead. And right now, I think either one of them would be happy with a top 5, knowing how close those leaders, the new tires, are behind them.
With the 17 being as fast as he is, I mean, he's been fast all race long. Dylan Parker is definitely one of the guys to beat for the championship, in my personal opinion.
Just based off this race alone, it looks that way.
Yes. Very, very quick. The 48 and the 88 are going to have to do a lot because they are clearly only 2 seconds ahead of Dylan, ahead of Parker.
Yeah.
That is not much at all. As Brandon Alpin has finally come down pit road, and that cycles out the pits.
Yeah, so William Anderson, being a gentleman right there on pit road, letting Dylan Parker in the 17 have it, looks like he gave up a half of the backstretch on time. So you have to wonder going back, is he going to make that same decision next time? I know something had to give there, but, if I'm the slower car in that, I might push the faster car to be the one to check up. As Dylan Parker coming up on the 88 of Jaden Porter going to go to the inside, in those fresh tires, I think this is going to be an easy pass.
88 doesn't stand a chance here. Let's see what happens with the 48. 17 almost slid up into the 88. Almost thought he was clear. Fortunately, he saw the 88 was still there and gave him enough room on the front stretch. So Corey Melton leads, but not by much. 1.3 seconds is the gap. Jaden Porter in second place. Dylan Parker in second place in that 17. Jaden Porter in that 88 is in third. In fourth is William Anderson. He is now 3.8 seconds back. I don't think he has a shot to win this race now with just 15 laps to go.
Not unless there's a caution, and I think that gap might give the 48 of Corey Melton a chance at a top 3 finish here.
A chance, for sure. Corey Melton,
about 15 to go, coming around to 14 to go, and he's running really good lap times compared to the rest of the field. So compared to those guys back there, William Anderson obviously faster. However, Corey's not. He's about 0.3 of a second off of William Anderson. So that's a pretty big gap to have to fall back to with only 14 laps to go. As we've got Dylan Parker, who has now caught the 48.
The Jaws music.
Well, I don't think it's much of a Jaws music. I think the 48's gonna, get a push down the back switch.
17 is on the 48's bumper. Is he gonna make the pass this time? This corner?
Yeah, he's just driving right underneath him, and there he goes to slide up.
Oh, easy.
So now Corey's job is to stay as close as he can and not fall back to William Anderson, who's running in fourth right now.
I tell you what, though, Jesse, that Bryce McCoon, that 95, he is
has got around him
quick.
Yes, he is. That last lap, Bryce McCoon ran a 41.45, whereas Corey Melton a 42.18. So about a little over a half second, 0.7 of a second or so. However, that's still, top 3, top 5 finish would be a win for him, I would have to think.
I think so too, especially the way this race started for that 48. He started way in the back. Wasn't able to drive through the field like some of us maybe expected him to. And obviously the competition here is very, very tough. So
yeah. And he qualified third, so he didn't qualify bad, but early in the race he definitely fell back. Maybe didn't want to be as aggressive as these guys up front, and maybe that hurt him a little bit here as they came to the first pit stops, and then everything just kind of cycles. But he's not running bad. He's running in second place. So,
Right.
it's not like, somebody else that maybe had fallen off the pace and given it all up. And, speaking of that, we gotta again commend the 57 of William Anderson. I mean, this guy has battled back. I mean, where would he be if he didn't spot the field 5 seconds in that first run? Could he be up there battling with Dylan Parker? I absolutely think he could have been.
Well, if he spotted the field 5 seconds and he is 3.1 seconds back now, he'd be 2
and then he
seconds in
spotted
the lead.
right. Well, and he spotted Dylan Parker some time on pit road during that last stop too.
That's true.
He's also given up time on pit road to make sure they don't crash. So there's a lot of things that he's done this race to make me think that he definitely could have been in the first place here, or at least battling for it. So let's look at the other guys that are on the same strategy as Corey Melton and just see where they're running. So we've got the 48 of Corey Melton is currently running in second place, as he's going to be under fire from William Anderson here shortly. However, the 03 of Ryan Whitaker is back in 8th place, running 15 seconds behind the leader, and the 84 of Brighton Hutchings in 11th, running 28 seconds behind the leader. So of all those three guys that are on that strategy, I'd say Corey's definitely been the one that's been able to show the speed and keep up with the draft here.
And just to show the talent level of this field that we've got here, I like to think of myself as maybe a top 40 driver. Like, I'm average to above average. Not great, obviously. Brighton Hutchings is right about... I hate to say it, but he's right about the same talent level as me. And he is 3/4 of a lap down.
So these guys are definitely a step up.
These guys are.
Yep. And as we've got the 45 on pit road here, Colby Wells, he's stopped and he's going again. So I don't know if this is a pit strategy move, if he had to come down pit road, or if he something happened. He stopped for 5.7 seconds, so I have to think he was short on fuel.
Yes, if you remember, he came down pit road with about 31 laps to go.
Oh,
okay. It was way too early to be able to make it on fuel at the end of the race. So he is now a full 2 laps down. Bad.
Yes, as we've got William Anderson, who has made the pass on Corey Melton. Oh, and McCoon, they're wrecking. They're in the wall.
No, Melton in the wall.
Yeah, he wrecked him. He just squeezed up right in front of him.
And that's got to be a... Oh, that's a big crash. Got to be a caution.
Comes in and nails him.
7
and the caution is out.
We have our first caution of the race.
So...
we got to go back and see what happened there.
Yeah, absolutely. Looked like the 95 just... he just didn't lift. He was coming up, whether he was clear or not, is what it looked like to me.
Corey Melton with a chance at a top 5 run, and now he is going to have to... does he have to tow? I don't know for sure.
Yeah, he's blown up, and the 3 car going to be upset with Corey Melton. Corey's upset with the 95 for sure, but it's kind of on Corey right there to hold the brake and stay off the track there, and because he just ruined the 3 cars race. I hate to say that, but that looks like what happened to me.
You can hear the 3 car lift, but Corey Melton definitely should have held the brakes there. He would have been safe on the apron, but...
So, let's reset here. We've got 6 laps to go, coming to 5 to go. I have to think with the tire fall off, these guys are going to be coming down pit road for fresh rubbers. As the 57-3, looks like everybody headed that direction. 4 tires. Now, whether they fill it up, that's going to be on how they want their car to drive. But everybody, 4 tires here. So let's take a short break, and we will be back.
Wait, we gotta cover pit stops first.
Okay.
We'll go to commercial right after pits, but let's see who wins the race off pit road first. So the 17 and the 57 are down. '17 has the faster pit stop so far as the 88 is off pit road. 17 wins the race off pit road.
And we will be back right after these commercials to get you the last 3 to 5 laps. Hey, are we back yet? And here we go on to the green flag, the 3 car bringing them down, or sorry, the 17 of Dylan Parker gets the jump as the green is out. The 57 gets a fairly decent start, and he's going to come down in second place as the 88's on the inside of the 95. Now the 95 probably has a little bit of damage from that incident, so we'll see if that affects him. Now, William Anderson, this is the first time he's been up with the leaders on equal equipment as we've got a
69!
There they go. That's Nick Leo.
And was that Brighton Hutchings that was also involved?
No, that was the 21 of Brandon Alphin.
Oh,
and
my
then
goodness.
This
Okay.
I don't know what happened there. So
boy.
Brighton gets in the wall off the corner and loses control, and then comes down into the 69 of Nick Leo.
So it looks like the 03 came down and the 69 just lost grip, and he collects the 21 there and bounces off the wall, and here comes the 84.
Hard to tell what happened there. I mean,
let's take a look here.
He bounces off the wall.
He just brushed the
and
wall,
then
hit it again, and then slides down and hits the 69 nose to nose.
Right. Hard to know exactly what happened in that car.
Yeah, it really
So
is.
re-rack them.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Usually when these races that have gone green, these guys are going to be way more aggressive again, and it's going to hopefully it doesn't turn into a crapshoot. Because sometimes that happens at the end of these kind of races where there's cars are so close because of the draft and the package and everything like that. So we'll have to see. Hopefully they can keep the cars underneath them and not go back. And I'm not sure what the rule is. I know if you cause a wreck that there's some penalty, but I'm not sure what it is. And I know the 95 is obviously still up front, so I don't know if the booth didn't or the admins didn't see that or weren't
It wasn't the 95 that
weren't
caused the wreck. It
not
was.
that time, but the one before where he came up into the 48. So
Oh,
I don't know
that's
if that was
true.
that could have been considered a racing incident. So I'm not sure on that one, but this one looks like a racing incident as well. So maybe no harm, no foul. Keep your positions.
Well, yeah, the 95 slid up, or went up the track. He was trying to get in front of the 48. 48 wasn't going to lift, and that was just a battle for
Right.
real estate. This
Yeah.
most recent wreck, the 69 just lost his front tires, and it just slid right into the 03. And the 21 was just an innocent
A
bystander.
victim. Yeah, for sure.
So Corey Melton is now out of the race. He's 6 laps down.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Langston, he went out of the race 84 laps ago. And Tim April is 5 laps down, currently on pit road, trying to fix as much damage as he can. So we
And
need
the
to go to break.
45 of Colby Wells just got the wave around, I believe. Or no, Caden Tufts is the first car lap down. So, no, I was right. The
Yeah,
45
you
got
were
the
right.
wave around, and here he comes. Okay.
So let's. I know I'm not the lead here, but let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Um,
I don't
and
think so. They're double filed coming back to green. It's one to go right now. So they're coming down the backstretch here with going to green flag on the front. So
okay, let's
let's
pause. Let's pause
let's
10 seconds for station identification. If I can find it. There we go. You're watching the EMRN. Electronic Motor Racing Network. Welcome back.
And let's reset the field. We've got the 17 of Dylan Parker, who has been by far the fastest car on the track most of the race. The 57 of William Anderson to his outside, who has been very impressive with his spotting the field 5 seconds and now coming back to having a chance at this win. Then we've got the 95 of McCoon and the 88 of Porter. As we are back to green flag, the 17 gets a good jump. 95, a great restart right there.
And the 57 did not get on the gas very quickly at all. Did not react to the 17 getting on the gas with just 2 laps left. I think he's out of a chance now. The 95 is right there behind the 17.
And the 86 of Locklear just got loose off turn 2, so he lost all his momentum sliding up into the spot. And here comes Brighton on the inside on fresh tires, sliding up. The 57, is he going to have it? The 95 looked like he had to check up a little bit, but he's going to get a big push from the 88.
17's pulling away, and we have a crash with the 84.
Can they hold on to it?
45. They
hold on to it.
Yes.
No caution. As we're 3 wide, almost 3 wide for second place. The 57 is clear. Can he make a run with 1 to go? I don't think he's going to get there, but can he hold on to second? As the 88 is coming to his outside of Jason Porter. Jaden Porter, sorry. And the 57 drives it in deep. He made up some ground. He's going to slide up in front of the 88 of Porter. Here they come off turn 4. Dylan Parker is going to win your first race at Auto Club Speedway with William Anderson in the 57. 88 of Jaden Porter in third place, as well as Patrick Thompson coming home in the 99 in fourth place. Didn't call his name a lot, but did a great job on those last restarts. And then the 86 of Jacob Locklear coming home in the fifth position.
Wow, where did
What
he
a race.
come from?
That was wild at the end.
Patrick Thompson and Jacob Locklear, they were not up front at all. I was looking at, Nick Leo or Colby Wells, since they had some front-running cars, but Jacob Locklear and Patrick Thompson, they're in fourth and fifth. Great runs for them. Wow.
Yeah, as we got the 17 of Dylan Parker doing his burnouts here. See if we can't find him. He's not in the Discord here. So we'll get second place William Anderson in here. William, this is Jesse and Alan up in the booth. How are you, bud?
Doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Oh, pretty good, man. We were impressed with you making your way back up to second place after basically spotting the field, 5 seconds at the first stage. And you did that without the caution. So you were up there before the caution flag came out, and then you had your chance. What happened on those last restarts?
Just no one really working with me. And I kind of missed it on the second restart and couldn't get anything going. It's just tough when playing a little bit of nice guy, but favor doesn't get returned in the race. So
Right. Mm-hmm.
Keep that in mind. Definitely some lap traffic. Tested my patience a little more than I thought. I thought he cost me the race win because he just kept holding me up and blocking me intentionally, but it's part of this package, part of racing. I understand he's trying to stay on the lead, not go down another lap, but he's got to understand he's racing the leader too, and just can't park it off of 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other than that, it was a really good race. Kind of wish I didn't give up all those positions and had to work my way back up, but it was really fun learning the car that way. It raced really good once when a couple laps got on and just took care of the tires, and it really paid off on the long run, and it was fun doing a whole bunch of green flag pit stops up until the end of the race there.
Yeah, man, you did a great job. We were impressed with you up here in the booth. So congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you. Appreciate the kind words, and thank you guys for hosting the race. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a good one, buddy.
You too. Have a good night, fellas.
All right, so that was your second place finisher and William Anderson, and it looks like we've got Dylan Parker waiting, so let's get him in here, Alan. I'll let you go ahead and take this one.
I was kind of expecting to be able to ask a question, but so
Dylan Parker,
you've got you had that win. Wow. Yeah. So I'm sorry.
tell us about the race.
The race, well, it was pretty simple. Just don't hit the wall and hopefully not get in any contact with other drivers and just play the strategy right, and you find yourself out front. And everyone else had different strategies, and I found myself with a pretty different one from everyone else since I saved fuel. And I was able to get off strategy by like 5 laps, and it worried me for a second, but I was able to catch up to the guys again and get on the same strategy as them. And toward the end, well, I was hoping that there wouldn't be a caution, but of course, like there always is, there's a caution with about 5 laps to go, and I was pretty confident that I could maybe still pull off the win after that, and we was lucky to do it and not have any, wrecks with any other drivers.
Yeah, we definitely. That was one of the things that we noticed. We heard you clutching going into the corners, trying to save as much fuel as you possibly could. What was going through your mind going around the track? You had lost the lead, but you were saving that fuel. What were you thinking through that whole circumstance?
Well, I was just trying to think maybe what's like the furthest I can stretch the field on maybe making a one stop or just better myself in tires throughout the race. And I did better myself in tires, but I think I've done a little bit too much because I lost 13 seconds to the leader at one point, but I was able to chase him down.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
noticed.
and
Go ahead, Jesse.
yeah, I was gonna say you came out of that stop after you were doing that, and we were a little worried about you, but you were running such fast lap times that you were able to get back up to second before the next pit stop, and you actually pitted with all the guys and came out in the lead. So, we want to ask you about those last restarts. Tell us about those. What was going through your mind?
Really just trying to time it to where second place wouldn't get that big of a run and third place would get a good restart so they could go side by side throughout the corner and I could distance myself from them and try to give the least amount of draft to them as I possibly could. And it works out because I had a teammate behind me and he timed it pretty well. And, I saw 4 wide back there at one point, I think, and I had a big smile on my face. I knew I pretty much won at that point if I don't make a mistake.
That was brilliantly done. If that was exactly that, you pulled off exactly your plan. Then great job, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice win, Dylan. We appreciate the time. Good luck
So
next week, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Do you
All
have do you have any sponsors or anybody you'd like to thank after this awesome win?
Yeah, I'd like to give a thanks to Drive Solutions, Apex Stage Coaching, and TI Racing, and Chris Lewis, and everyone who puts this league together.
All right, we appreciate it, man. Good luck next week.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Well, that was your winner, so let's pull in Mr.
Porter.
Jaden Porter. Jaden, how's it going, man?
Just so you know, yep, there you go.
Okay, my bad. It's going good.
Man, you brought it home third. You ran up front a lot of the race there. What happened on that last restart to get you in position and get a podium finish?
Just the outside, really. The outside was really key. I really had a horrible last restart. I went back to 6th, I believe. And really the outside is what really got me the podium.
Yeah, that outside seemed to work really well at this track. So we were delighted to see, Auto Club's always been a multi-groove track, but to see you guys up by the wall, especially, you guys that were running up front, be able to make that time, but still pass on the bottom was awesome.
Mm-hmm. A lot of fun with that multi-group stuff today.
So, Jaden, you were really fast all race long. Started this race somewhere near the front, if I remember right, and you led a few laps throughout this race. But there were a couple of times, and we noticed it on the broadcast, you missed your pit stall. Do you think that might have cost you a chance at winning this race?
I think it did when it was green flag runs. Yeah, it really costed me. I don't know why I could not just stop. The car would just keep rolling through the box every time. Lost me probably a second or two on green flag runs, but really my only chance was short pitting because I was already behind because I short pitted the first time. So I was I already made my bed for short pitting the whole race. And it really killed me on the long run. But yeah, missing my box twice really killed me today.
Well, what helped you out was when you pitted with Corey and Brighton there at the end of in your last green flag pit stop. They missed their stalls and you didn't. So
Yeah.
Yep, things come back full circle. Well, congratulations on the third place finish. Is there anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, Patrick, team owner, for getting me out in this league. I've been looking for a league for a while and had a lot of fun tonight. So can't wait to be back next week for it.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to having you, man. Congratulations on the podium finish.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh.
All right. Well, Alan, that was an awesome first race here at Auto Club Speedway. Lots of on-track action, lots of green flag racing. That's what we like to see here at MRN in the TI Cup Series. So what stood out to you most?
What stood out to me the most was how fast these drivers were. These guys were about they were very fast. It was a very competitive race, and they were all racing for the lead. Well, I can't say all of them, but there were so many drivers that were capable of racing for the lead, that it made for an exciting broadcast.
Yeah, it absolutely did. So, well, we're going to wrap up here at Auto Club. Again, your race winner, Dylan Parker. Congratulations to him and his team for working hard all week long. Next week, we are at Texas. No, not the crappy new Texas. We're going to old Texas, Alan. So we're going to have some excitement. We're going to see some more multi-groove track. So looking forward to that. I appreciate everybody for joining us at our first broadcast on the TI Cup Series. And we will see you all next week. Thanks for joining us. This is Jesse Rathbun and Alan Bledsoe signing out.